People of color have to come together. This right here is a portrayal of what happened to people in America before the European got here. And later I'll show you something about what happened to the African people when the European got there. But we have to come together, people of color. We don't understand. We always want to try to do things on our own. And in numbers is how they come at you. So we need to take a page from their book and come at them with numbers.
The United States government is offering you a piece of land of your own.
We have our own land.
No, it's not yours. It's the U.S. government's.
Did they buy it?
No,
Did they trade for it?
it's not like that.
Then how can they own it?
He has a point.
We will give you everything you need if you will just submit to living on a reservation.
We need nothing from you.
You can depend on your country to take care of you.
You are not my country.
Mr. Durant, if we could just... Senator Crane has come here to offer your people a better way of life.
Better than what?
Better than what you have.
I like what I have.
Here, somebody tries to tell you what you have is not good enough. They want to make your life better. But I want you to see something. You see this man that we're about to listen to this video? This man who was parading around and supporting Trump and so forth. And I want you to hear what happened to him.
On a local leader.
Tonight, NBC2's Gina Tomlinson is looking into this case.
If you've been to Republican events in Lee County, there's probably a good chance you've seen Carl Baxter. Friends say he's always wearing a red hat and a smile. The well-known Black Trump supporter now has a lawsuit in federal court against a right-wing political group for being called a slave.
I don't know why he would go through this trouble if it wasn't true what he said.
According to the lawsuit, Baxter was working for the political group Americans for Prosperity. 12 days into the job, Baxter complained to his supervisor he felt he wasn't being properly paid. It was during that phone call, Baxter claims she said, "You are working as a slave, but at least you are getting paid. Many slaves today do get paid. Many used to never get paid. Are you a slave?" The suit says minutes later he was fired. The president of the NAACP in Lee County tells me he's known Baxter for 10 years. He's offended by the allegations.
He's not known as a reactionary type person, and I would venture to say that the lawsuit has merit.
The lawsuit also claims Baxter was here at Oasis restaurant in downtown Fort Myers when he turned down a $500 bribe from another member of Americans for Prosperity. Baxter claiming he was asked to provide dirt on Cape Coral Council member Patty Cummings.
My husband used to make big donations to Americans for Prosperity.
Elaine Green with the Lee County Republican Executive.
When you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. And that's what happens when you trust people that have told you time and time again that they are not for you. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why black folks don't get it. Indians either. Okay? But they at least got paid. They got their reservations in casinos. Okay? And I'll venture to say that we may need to group them with the Europeans, because it was a funny thing. You know, we all know black folks and Indians are tied DNA-wise. But when the money started flowing, nobody wanted to recognize their African heritage. How can we go from this
the ancient Egyptian civilization, indigenously known as Kemet, punctuated by their exquisite artwork and architecture, has captivated the attention and imagination of the world since time began. However, when it comes to their own depictions and timeless artwork, these are often totally ignored in media and educational resources, opting for a more modern, less authentic reproduction, regardless of historical accuracy. In response to this, modern reconstruction artists are challenging the status quo by making reconstructions that honor the skilled portraiture of Kemet and recreating the faces of this great African civilization by giving prominence to the countless statues, papyrus, and reliefs that they used to depict themselves, often in meticulous detail. The results so far have been astonishing. Subscribe for detailed walkthroughs of our reconstruction processes.
The reality of a situation is well told here.
Let's say they listen to the cops and get in the car. Look what happened to Freddie Gray.
Yeah, what if they make it all the way to the station? You remember Sandra Bland?
And let's say they do make it to trial. You see where that gets us? Don't you get it, Bo? The system is rigged against us.
Maybe it is, Dre. But I don't want to feel like my kids are living in a world that is so flawed that they can't have any hope.
Oh, so you want to talk about hope, Bo? Obama ran on hope. Remember when he got elected? And we felt like maybe, just maybe, we got out of that bad place and made it to a good place. That the whole country was really ready to turn the corner. You remember that amazing feeling we had during the inauguration? I was sitting right next to you. And we were so proud. And we saw him get out of that limo and walk alongside of it and wave to that crowd. Tell me you weren't terrified when you saw that. Tell me you weren't worried that someone was going to snatch that hope away from us like they always do. That is the real world, Bo. And our children need to know that that's the world that they live in.
One of the things that I want people to pay attention to, and is that America was once made up of indigenous people, and then Europe overran them. And now all of a sudden, America has over 300 million, I believe, Europeans. So, let Africa be aware that they are trying to do the same thing there. Black folks don't want to go to Africa.